welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is V. You've probably been divinely guided by the Holy Spirit. You probably have a piece of the puzzle over here and a piece of the puzzle over here. And I am typically the connecting God. You've been praying to God, you've been asking questions, so forth, and He normally has me connect several dots at the same time in reference to something. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, we're glad you found us. Welcome. To my OGs, give me a hug, friend. Give me a hug. Yay. So let's get into this. I believe I'm a little piece of the puzzle. I strongly feel the Holy Spirit is wanting me to put this out today. He's been wanting me to put it out for a couple of days. I think to really address it is what he's saying to say. Um, there's a reason for it. I'm not quite sure. I don't need to know, but I'm just a piece of the puzzle. Um, I feel like there's going to be some two or three more people that are going to come out. So Angel, it's going to have more information in reference to this too, more detailed information. Um, this is something I deal with too. So I think it's a hair what. Um, but I'm just to touch on the subject right now, and I have been seeing a tremendous, like never before, the amount of this that I'm seeing now. So, let's get into this. And he was talking to me about something else, and I'm starting to see how they interconnect. So, most of this is not scripted. So if you see me looking kind of a little strange, that's why. So, sorry guys, that's my alarm. Back to what I was saying. So anyway, so shapeshifters. Okay, so I'm gonna first explain what a shapeshifter is. So, shapeshifter is a person, forgive me, my voice is a little raspy. My allergy medication is in the car, and I feel like going to go grab it today, and allergies are crazy right now. Mm. So a shapeshifter is a person or creature that can change their form or identity at will. So the term is used highly in um, was it mythology, folklore, and fiction or whatever, but they are very much real. Okay, so for those of you that are not on me and have a problem with this, you might want to click off the video now because it's going to get deep. Yeah, just is. So, and part of the reason why a lot of people don't believe people when they talk about black magic and so forth is and why you should protect those mouthpieces that are on the forefront about this is like Stephanie P. Smith, you hear me talk about her all the time. She's amazing for this, and she has a book out too in reference to this, Deliverance Through Knowledge, which you might want to check out. She is a strong mouthpiece for this, just on Angel. um, is because they're seeing strange things and they're not understanding and perceived to be crazy explaining those things. Just like for years, I'm sure that term was given to me, but I was a seer. No one knew. I didn't tell them. God didn't give me permission to tell them, so I didn't tell them. So, those mouthpieces that are on the forefront in reference to this are giving, Holy Spirit saying, making space for others to come out and say some of the things they've seen because even on this channel, some of the people, a lot of the people here have seen very strange things, to say the least, that they can't talk about with other people or have not. They have talked about it with me, which I'm so appreciative, guys, that you do that. Because I've seen tremendous amounts, trust me. I don't have time to get into my testimony and can't get into it right now. I don't have permission to give everything yet, but in a future day it will be. Um, but so these on lower levels and higher levels. So again, remember, there's levels to this, is what the Holy Spirit is saying to say. That a shapeshifter is a person or creature that can change their form or identity at will, like Mystique and X-Men. So, um, so they have this ability, demonic ability is what the Holy Spirit is saying. Okay. And okay, I heard you, Holy Spirit. I'm just going to leave the pieces of the puzzle, is what he says. He's going to connect the dots for the ones that are going to watch this video. So understand that you have a whole, when we're talking about shapeshifter, you have a whole turning into a part and then back to a whole. So let's just say the whole is the person, then you turn to particles, then you turn to whole again. Okay? So it's really reshaping what is there into something else. I hope that's clear. All right. So let's tie this into what's it called? I forget. Lord, you gotta bring it to me, right? CERN. So CERN, I'm gonna have you look it up because I didn't look it up, but they are literally a government operation that takes laser beams or rays and opens portals for one. I need you to relate this to the dark side. But the laser is nothing more than particles of light or darkness being directed into something. Okay? Just follow me here, guys. But the particles, depending on the precision of the direction and density of those particles, forms a laser. When it's forming a laser, it's forming something tangible to accomplish something because of the particles coming together. Okay? Sort of the same thing like with shapeshifters. Okay, so an angel. Sort of the same thing with shapeshifters. So they have the ability at higher levels, also at lower levels, but especially at higher levels because they have access to CERN. Look at the funders or the backers of CERN. The ability to focus these lasers and particles, okay? So they can, I hear the Holy Spirit saying, coagulate and come apart, okay? But the particles are still there, right? So I hope it's making sense, guys. Now let's take this into weather patterns. Come on through, Holy Spirit. Weather patterns, which is why they're tampering with weather. There's another government, if I can find it, I'll put down here, experiment where they're tampering with the weather. And I forget the name of it. I put it on one of the other videos. I gotta go find it. I'll link it down here. It won't be today, tomorrow, probably the next day, where they're tampering with the weather. But let's relate this to weather. Oh, I saw the Holy Spirit. Thank you. So, oh, okay. So, I just showed me something in my vision, guys. So, if you've ever been at a campfire or a bonfire, and then I'm going to link it to weather, you will notice that when a fire is burning, the smoke clouds form, and like let's just say they're black smoke clouds on the campfire, but they go into the atmosphere. And when they go into the atmosphere, they literally, how do I say it, Spirit? They rest there. Okay. And sometimes you can see the little particles snap being crackling everywhere and all that kind of stuff too. Same is kind of true with the weather. So I don't know what that is, but Lord is saying particle precipitation. So you can manipulate weather through particles. And that's a part of how CERN is also connected to this weather thing. But this also gets into, because remember, CERN is connected to the dark side, manipulating. That's how the dark side is connected to this too. So they have an interconnectedness, is what the Holy Spirit is saying to say. So what I have been seeing like crazy lately, along with I'm hearing other prophets saying too, the warfare has been like off the planet. No joke intended, but it's shapeshifters. No joke, no less than 40. They were coming on the hour, and they still are. One just left. You may see one. So if you see, for instance, I don't know if you can see, you might see some particles here. If you see that, and then you'll see on another side it's perfectly clear, that is not necessarily just the video. You can see a little here too. So there are particles, they're like moving particles. Okay, thank you, Holy Spirit, I saw that. It's what do they call them? Oh goodness. Oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. So in the movie, and I didn't watch the whole thing because my parents didn't watch it. This is one of the few I got to see. This on Angel. The Exorcist. If you remember it's a famous part in the movie where she says they were here. I just smell burning smoke. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And in that scene, they're staring at the TV, but it's the particles, just the static particles on the TV. All this is interconnected with the dark side and how things can come apart and come together. Okay. And how the enemy is able to manipulate these things to form and do things. I hope that's clear. Um, so, what the Holy Spirit is telling me to say is this: when you're praying, you need to pray not only for the whole, because, and he said to say this, the enemy doesn't care how he gets in, he just cares that he gets in, whether in particle form or in whole. And oh, thank you, Holy Spirit, I saw that too. I put it on another video too. There's a scene from, so he's been telling you right in our face for years. There's a scene in, what's the name of that movie? With John Witwicky, Transformers, where they show you that the Transformers couldn't get into a classified area as a whole because they were too big. So what they did was they dropped like these metal balls and thousands of them into this like pipe. The only place they could get in was a pipe. When they dropped it into this pipe, so it's like they were feeding into this pipe. Once they were on the inside, they then coagulated to form a big transformer, um, which is what the enemy does. That's all I can say. In reference to that, you're gonna have to sit with the Holy Spirit. He's gonna give you more information on this. So, when you're praying, oh, I know this is itching like crazy, guys. That's the Holy Spirit. It's literally itching like crazy. Oh, I don't know if y'all just saw my face go flush to the Holy Spirit. So, when you're praying, you need to for, pray against, he's saying, not only the whole, but in the particles as well. Um, any shape that the enemy shows up in, whether whole or particles, any shape shifting forms that the enemy shows up in, whether particles or whole, and take that um, captive, is what he's saying. Take that captive too. So you need to pray for that because the enemy is very, very crafty. He does not, he only cares about the end goal, and the end goal is a soul. Sorry, guys, some hair or something. The end goal is a soul. It's all he cares about. Um, so you have to pray strategically this way, is what the Holy Spirit's saying. Starting now, he wants this video out. Starting now, any form that the enemy shows up in, to come against that form, okay? Because remember, and I've said it before now, I saw the prophet say it, I would say it for years, but I saw Tiffany Montgomery say it too afterwards. But if you've never seen the movie Fallen, um, with Denzel Washington, that's a great movie to explain it. Demons jump from person to person. They don't care about the body. They care that they get expression through a body. They don't care about the form. They care that they get expression through the form. Whether that's particles and whole, they prefer whole form, but they care about expression through the form. I hope that makes sense. Okay? So, everything goes there. Excuse me, guys. He says, so again, he said, repeat, daughter, pray strategically in reference to this, and that the Holy Spirit gives you more direct revelation. I just saw an angel in reference to this because it's going to be key coming up. Very, very key. Um, is there anything else, Holy Spirit? No, he said no. Okay, that's it. I need to put this video out too. So that's it, guys. I think that's all for today. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.